if I told you the Grabber is back, even though he's dead? That's right. Blumhouse just dropped a surprise bomb at CinemaCon 2025. The Black Phone 2 is real, and we've got a full breakdown of the first terrifying footage. Stick around, because we are diving into how this sequel breaks back one of horror's creepiest villains from the grave and turns him into something even worse. Welcome back to the channel, horror fam. I'm Jody S. Dean, writer, director, award-winning horror filmmaker. If you are into chilling breakdowns, upcoming horror news, and deep dives into the darkest corners of cinema, hit that like, subscribe, and let's get spooky. Let's start with a quick refresher. The Black Phone 2022, directed by Scott Derrickson, was a surprise horror hit. Tense, emotional, and with a villain that crawled under your skin. Ethan Hawke's Grabber was disturbing in all the right ways, and, spoiler alert, he didn't make it out of the first movie. Finney fought back, and the Grabber was killed in the basement where he tormented his victims. End of story, right? Well, not in horror, because if there's one thing this generation teaches us, it's that death is just the beginning. Now, we didn't expect a sequel. Derrickson himself said this story was wrapped up, but Blumhouse knows when they have a franchise on their hands, and the CinemaCon 2025 footage confirms the Black Phone 2 isn't just happening, it's going supernatural. So what was exactly shown at CinemaCon? No official footage online, but thanks to breakdowns from Screen Rant and Discussing Film, we've got a pretty clear picture, and it's giving serious Nightmare on Elm Street vibes. Here's what they described. A lonely road, snow falling. Finney, now a few years older, walking in the winter chill when he notices an old payphone out of place off the side of the road. Cut to Gwen, back in another nightmare, this time inside a basement with loud, deliberate footsteps coming down the stairs. Sound familiar? Then it happens. Finney picks up the phone and hears that voice.
Hello, Finney. Did you think the story was over? You, of all people, know that death is just a word.
The Grabber is back, not alive but present and very, very angry. From here, things go full nightmare mode. The phone keeps ringing. Finney sees visions of kids being attacked. Some almost die, some maybe do, and the biggest shock, the Grabber himself appears to be manipulating reality, just like Freddy Krueger did in his dreams. This isn't just a haunting. This is revenge. Discussing Film says the Grabber now has demonic powers, and he's using them to torment the kids who escaped him. Andrew Salazar writes that he's now able to make kids hallucinate their dreams. Vivid, cruel, terrifying illusions. This isn't your average ghost story. This is psychological warfare from the afterlife. One of the most surreal moments, a shot of the Grabber ice skating in slow motion toward the camera. Yeah, I had to reread that one too. Imagine the mask gliding slightly on ice with a dead stare and no emotion. Very, very chilling. So now the question is, what is the Grabber really? Is he a ghost, a demon, or something worse? Did the events of the first film somehow unlock something supernatural? And why is he so connected to Finney and Gwen? Both Mason Thames and Madeleine McGraw return as Finney and Gwen. Finney seems withdrawn, haunted, understandably. Gwen, though, is once again experiencing visions, and that is huge. Remember, she had psychic dreams in the first film, right? This time, she's seeing new horrors, probably from the Grabber's new realm. We also see glimpses of a summer camp, strange symbols, and that out-of-order black phone again, suggesting the past hasn't gone quiet, and something darker is very much growing. Look, I'll be honest, I wasn't sure we needed a sequel to The Black Phone, But if you're going to bring back a dead villain, this is how you do it. You change the rules, you evolve the threat. And the Grabber going full Freddy Krueger mode in 2025, that has potential to be truly terrifying. If done right, the Black Phone 2 could kick off an entirely new supernatural horror franchise, but they'll need to balance psychological tension with nightmare logic, and not to go over the top, but horror fans saw this coming from beyond the grave. So horror fans, the call is coming from beyond the grave. Will you answer? Let me know in the comments. Do you like the supernatural direction? Should the Grabber have stayed dead? And do you think this could lead to a Black Phone 3? The Black Phone 2 opens in theaters October 17th, and you can bet I'll be covering every new update. Trailer in theory right here. So make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. Until next time, don't answer strange phones, and whatever you do, don't ignore the ring. I'm writer, director, award-winning horror filmmaker Jody S. Dean. If you haven't ordered my movies, go to cockkiller.com, deanshauntedmansion.com, malletmovie.com, and be sure to support indie bloodthirsty horror right here on The Scream Scene.
What's up with the phone, huh? I told you it doesn't work! Normally, I would use a knife. But you are special, Finney. I'm gonna take my time. I want this to really hurt. Samson! Clear. It's empty. It's the wrong house.